Hey guys, Tidbit Tuesday, Pastor Josh Grimes here. It's been a little while since we met on a Tuesday for Tidbit Tuesday as we were gathering together as pastors and ministers in these learning communities. What a powerful time of stretching our thought process and a time of really getting encouraged, but also like, hey, what are we doing? You know, the book we read was Multipliers and talk about multiplying. What does that mean? If I would take that whole book and I boil it down to what's the one thing that every pastor, every minister, what can we do right now to get on key for multiplying? And that would be discipleship. What are we doing to disciple people to the point where they become disciplers? Are we making disciples that make disciples? I have a guy who's been kind of mentoring and coaching me, and he made a statement to me that has really reverberated. I posted it on our pastor's Facebook page last week as a thought-provoking thing. And this was it. If you do not have the goods to duplicate yourself, you are not a leader. That's what he said to me. If you do not have the goods to duplicate yourself, you're not a leader. And I've been contemplating and I've been thinking about that for quite a while. What does it mean, the goods? What is that? You know, of course, that could be time. That could be the desire. That could be the systems or the practices, or are we doing it? So I want to ask you, pastors and ministers of Open Bible Beliefs on Tidbit Tuesday, who are you discipling personally? Not as a pastor in the classes and the things that we do, but are we working to duplicate ourselves? Do we have somebody that we're mentoring, that we're coaching, that we're pouring our life into so they can duplicate what we have and what we do and the leadership that we display? My dad always taught me this lesson, to always work yourself out of a job. He ingrained that in me at a young age. In other words, no matter what you're doing, make sure you raise somebody up to do what you do. So if you step out of the picture, whether it be planned or unplanned, there could be somebody that could carry on the things that you're doing. And as I was contemplating that statement, if you do not have the goods to duplicate yourself, you're not a leader. As I was thinking about that, I thought, man, that plays a lot along with what my daddy used to teach me, that we have got to be raising up people under us. And as I talked about the pastors' learning communities, before we could ever multiply, before we get to that level, the elementary thing is, are we duplicating ourselves? Are we making disciples that are in turn making disciples? Are we training leaders that are in turn training leaders? And as an encouragement today, as a conviction today, as a thought to provoke you today, I want to ask you, who are you personally pouring into? If you have to stop and think about it, and maybe you're not really doing it, but I believe that all of us can find that one, two, or three. Think about Jesus. He did this. There were multitudes that followed him everywhere he went. There was 120 that caravanned with him, 70 that were in close, and 12 that he poured his life into. But there were 3 that he individually really poured into. And then, of course, there was one. Remember, when all the other disciples were arguing over who's going to be the best, there was only one who had his head to the chest of Jesus to listen to his heartbeat. Who's your John? Who's that person that you are pouring into to prepare them to duplicate who you are as a leader? I want to encourage you, if you don't have the Johns, if you don't have the 3, if you don't have the 12, I want to encourage you to do that. Do that. That's how you can start, because that's how you multiply. When you duplicate yourself and you make 2, and then that person is doing that, and then you're continually doing that, now you're making 4, 6, 8. It just continues to exponentially grow. That's what multiplication is. But it has to start somewhere. Where is it starting for you? Hey guys, love you, praying for you. Look forward to spending time with you guys at National Convention in Orlando. If you haven't signed up, do so. It's going to be powerful. The ELT is working closer together than we ever have before, and there's a lot of new and fresh things that are going to be unveiled that I think are going to be an encouragement to us as we do life as we do ministry together. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Amen.